Hey, I'm Andrew. In today's video, we're gonna learn about some wintertime graffiti removal. I got a call from a customer from a local plaza that had about 6 or 7 small to large tags on their building, and they were looking to get it off as soon as possible. Wintertime graffiti removal is a little bit tricky. You don't have the same capabilities as you do when it's nice and warm out. And you'll notice this job, it's not a perfect job. You might have to go back for some touch-ups, but it's a little bit closer to the reality of what will happen or what may happen when you're out there trying to work in cold temperatures. Explained all this to my customer beforehand so they know and their expectations match the conditions out there. And one thing I loved about this job, it was really close to home, and some of the supplies I needed, I literally got from a Home Depot across the street. Now we're gonna start with a paint over here that I wasn't sure exactly how I felt about covering up. Something small like this is just gonna be a reminder for people to tag. Good sentiments, stuff like that, unfortunately, still has to come off. As I'm spraying this over, I'm just like, oh man, am I starting war with the graffiti artists in the area?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you start a little war. Same way as before. Yeah, you start a little war.
Now up next here we have a tag on a painted metal surface. So you'll notice what I'm going to do is use a solvent on a rag to kind of work on this tag. I could have put on another graffiti product and pressure washed it off, but sometimes it's about the same amount of effort to set up the pressure washer as it is to maybe just use a rag. Now you have to be careful because it really depends on the painted surface, and always got to do a little test because you might just strip off the paint that's on the metal and get back down to the bare metal, or you might blend in some of the, in this case we've got black, you might blend in the black with the gray there, and then you'll have to paint over it. Luckily I was able to use a few tricks and just be able to kind of slowly get through all the layers of paint. You can see the results came off really nicely. Now that that's done, we're gonna head over to the main tags in this area. So you can see I've got three to four medium to large tags on this block wall. Now this block wall is a very porous surface, so I had an idea I tried out at first. I'm gonna use that same solvent blend that I wiped off the tags on the painted metal. I'm gonna spray it on in hopes that I can kind of, sometimes it works really, really quickly and melts off the paint really well and barely leaves any shadow. Unfortunately with this time, it did not work the way that I was hoping. Here I got a little clip of a previous job that I did where the paint just really came off well. It was leaving a fair bit of shadow, so I decided to switch up my method, which is completely okay to do. Try something, if it doesn't work, let's move on to something else. Switched to a potassium hydroxide and a gel-based product, and my little trick here I've got for you is it's in a container with warm water as possible, because you want to put it on the surface with enough momentum to kind of break down the paint before the cold temperatures really grind everything to a halt. Wash my paint on, it's thick gel, nice and thick, all the way across all the tags. while I'm waiting for that to work, there was a couple small tags on the metal immediately behind it on this painted metal surface. You've got a marker here, someone scribbled their thoughts out, and this can be a little bit tricky sometimes because it's such a thin coat of paint on the metal there that you have to try and break down the marker or break down the paint without stripping all of the paint off and leaving a bare metal surface. I tried the solvent first. It barely touched it, so I used the potassium hydroxide product, and then this was the spot where they tested out the spray paint can before actually doing the F tag behind me. Same idea here, I used the pressure washer instead of a rag just to kind of provide a little bit more force, and I'm just kind of barely getting through it. I even leave a tiny bit of green, which is good enough for this because I did not want to risk going through and stripping the metal off. I'd rather have some paint on the surface than none at all. Now it's time to start the pressure washing. So the product sat on the tags for long enough. You're gonna see me here pressure washing with hot water. So we got lots of steam. Kind of makes it interesting to both film and try and work at the same time. You'll also notice this was leaving a faint shadow. By the time I was applying my product onto these parts of the tag, it wasn't as hot as I would like it. So we're gonna see how these look afterwards. Sometimes they are broken down and you just need a little, need some humidity in the air, have it go away. It can kind of coax out a true result. When a surface is wet, you can always see deeper into the material. This was probably the most satisfying part of the job. Just everything came off nicely for this these two tags here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this moment. Note to self, if you're gonna move the camera, gotta make sure to hit record before you start washing away.
Oh, I wasn't filming. Damn it!
And as required by pressure washing code, a little bit of a victory dance once you finish the job. So that was it. The job went really well. Customer was happy. It was nice and close. The supplies were right across the street. If you like watching stuff go from dirty to clean, you like learning about pressure washing or random experiments, I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, so please make sure to click subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the flip side. Cheers.